Hello, it's Pigsy doing another video. Just talk about today really. That'll probably be suffice. So yes, today I did my Raja Yoga, and I guess what I learnt today was that we all have quite busy chattering in the back of our minds. Because there was a lady saying, you know, how difficult it was to meditate, and it just having your eyes closed and resting your mind and finding that calm space, and then allowing that focus to go to your heart space. That's really what it's about. Your heart's not just limited to physical art, but it actually goes way beyond all that. It connects to your lungs, the energy does, and I mean, for me it was sort of expanding in my chest cavity, and then I seem to be burn it, got a bloody maniac behind me, and it was expanding out to my back as well, which was different. And then it started to go a little further down. My mind basically, so what you would do, I mean you can do it now if you want, is if you're somewhere sat comfortable, you relax in the chair and you sense your feet. So you sense that feet, where they are, the way they connect to the ground, how heavy they feel, and you can feel your breathing as if you're breathing through your feet maybe, and so they're relaxed and there's that flow of energy there. Now I want you to concentrate on your knees. You can feel the knees are relaxed. You can feel that they sort of sink and connect to your feet. And now I just want you to sense further up your body. So your hips feel relaxed. You can feel connected to the chair. You feel like you're melting into the chair, that the chair and you are connected. And then I want you to move to your back, if you mind, and I want you to relax. And allow the sensation of your back to combine with the chair, as if you and the chair are connected, and allow this feeling to sort of come with each breath you take. You feel more connected. And then I want you to feel your shoulders next to the chair and how they feel connected, as if the chair is no longer there. And I want your arms to start becoming heavier, and they sort of sink down, and so your hands are relaxed. There's no tension in your body that you can feel. Now I want you to focus on your neck, and it feels like your body is kind of drifted away and your neck is relaxed and there's no tension in your neck. And I want your mind to feel relaxed, and I want your mind to sort of feel the relaxation in your chest, and I want your mind to connect with your heart. Now let your mind connect with your heart. Now what you need to do is just to feel where it is and to see a bright glow in your heart, just a flickering little light there. And I just want you to relax and let all your troubles drift away. So you have no concerns in your mind. Now, what may happen now is as you're relaxing, as you're listening, and as you're thinking, you may sense thoughts coming into your mind. Just see them for the time that they come into your mind, and then just let them drift on to the next feelings or thoughts that come into your mind. And just to let your mind connect with your heart, and then just to feel that energy around your chest, to feel a connection into something more than yourself, so you feel very relaxed. That's good. Just allow them feelings to flow, your thoughts to flow. Let your spirit drift into your existence, into the unseen. Let it drift out of the room. You can see into the distance as if you were floating out of your body, and let yourself travel and travel wherever you want to go. You can travel into yourself, you can travel out of yourself. You can take a journey into the unknown. You can sense the world around you as energy and vibration. You are everywhere. All you can feel is your breathing, as if you're drawing energy in and flowing out with the energy as well. Now I want you to travel back to the thoughts of where your heart is in your body. I want you to sense where your heart is, to feel the energy from your breathing enter your heart. It's healing your heart. It's healing you. And I want any tensions just to fade away as you breathe out. Your stress breathes out with you. That's good. Just let your mind float and relax. Become one with all. see that light in your heart, glowing, drawing you closer. Drawing you to a deeper consciousness. You're very relaxed. Your mind and spirit is free. All you can feel is your breathing. Now, I want you to return to your body. You can feel your neck. You can feel your back now. Your back is no longer connected. You are back in your body. You are your body. You can feel your back against the chair. You can feel your bottom against the chair. You can feel your legs against the chair. You can feel your feet connect to the ground. Your breathing returns to normal. Your thinking returns to normal. And let your eyes open. And slowly see around you. Feel yourself back in your body. Feel yourself back as you. You are back to the normal self. You are now your normal self. So yeah, that was a mixture actually of Raja Yoga combined with hypnotherapy. I just sort of refreshed my brain about certain things about hypnotherapy, and as I was doing it, so it was good. And I was driving, driving a car. It's not like I videoed this and then I added the voiceover or something on it. This is actually all together. So yeah. So anyway, so I learnt about the mind is very busy. There's things going on in the mind. You may have had a little, as you're trying to relax, things may have come into your mind. You might think, why did they turn up in my mind? What was I thinking about this person? Because somewhere in your brain it's been filed. And it maybe it's a priority, or maybe it's less a priority, or you haven't actually properly filed where that needs to go. There might be spiritual reasons for things coming to the surface. It could be that you're looking for some direction, or your intuition is sort of is turned on, so you're just doing that. And the mind is more to do with well, you do your third eye, you start seeing things. And if you took a journey out of your body for a little bit, or even if just curious, you might have gone into space, you might have just looked outside the building or something. You may have closed your eyes automatically, you may have had your eyes open and been able to do it. Because some people can meditate with their eyes open. But usually with practice, if people meditate before, they automatically close their eyes. And because as they're thinking of their feet, they just don't need to bother looking at them. They won't be looking at their feet, they're thinking of them. And they go inside themselves. So the other thing is, what I was looking at, yeah, so the mind's quite busy sorting things out. I understand that the mind files through things and filters things out, and it's just interesting to see it in other people. But for my experience today, my mind wasn't looking for lots of things to sort out. It has still got a few things that it wants to sort out. Like my heart says, look, I'd love to sort out this thing out, this female friend. I know she's not my friend at the moment. It would be great, but however, it may never happen. It doesn't mind that, but it does think it's kind of left in a bit of a shitty situation, and that's because I've got certain qualities ingrained into me. My mum works hard, and we never give up. So that's really why that's a part of me. I mean, I can let go of things. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like attached, or I don't expect anything from anyone. But I don't stop caring about people. It's just like, doesn't switch off. And that really comes to my next lesson actually, is understanding that it's probably in this, what we call love and other things like that, it's a mixture. It's like a recipe. So a relationship in itself is a recipe. Maybe the person was your friend, maybe you're just attracted to each other. I don't know, however the mix was created. And you just need to sort out what's important in that relationship and make sure that remains a good part of your mixture. And I think for me, like attachment went out the window. I probably had a bit of an ego meltdown, and I've had to re-establish myself as a new identity at some level. And yeah, just basically what we always do, we re-evaluate ourselves, and we're changing all the time anyway. So my body understands. Also, the other thing is with love, right? So if somebody walked out your life, or I mean, a bit like, I don't know, you wasn't sure if somebody died at sea or went off somewhere, and you always had this hope in your heart, or you had something there. The thing is, you wouldn't stop loving that person at some level, or caring about them. And that's the same with some friends. I mean, there's people I haven't seen for years. And some people are not even bothered. You know, if I don't see them, I don't mind. But I also realise that I could turn up years later, and it's as if we've always, like I've just turned up from yesterday, not from years ago. So that's kind of strange. Well, it's not an ideal situation. It's not like I'm ignoring them. I'm just busy with my life. And maybe they are from other eras as well. You know, like different jobs, or new people. I mean, I got a friend who I've known for. I worked with her every day, 7 years virtually, and that was for 8 hours a day for a good 7 years. So she's a good friend actually. We know the thing is, we know all about each other at some level. I'm sure we do, and so it doesn't really surprise. But she remembers things I don't remember, like you know, people, like clients and stuff like that. People I used to work with, stuff about them more than I do. It's like I've just sort of let some of these people fade away, I guess, because they were a part of my life, but it was like a drama. And so I've just moved on to the next drama in that sense. I don't have that memory to remember people, all these different names and identities of people. But they all play a part. I mean, if they come up, if they say, "Oh, how you doing, man?" and you know, I haven't seen you for ages, I respect that. I should show more respect to some people. Some people you know, I basically, once they trusted me, they've always trusted me. It's been quite nice, that has. So yeah, I think it's living with the fact that you may just love someone for the rest of your life, and that's fine, as long as that doesn't stop you doing whatever you like. But then you need to find out what that is. You know, this mixture I'm on about. So, you know, is it brotherly love? What is this thing? And so, but then also you don't want it to be dictating your feelings. But that's attachment and ego, and it's other things. It's really complicated when it comes to stuff like that. But if you feel like you care for someone for the rest of your life. And it also comes back to how the relationship ends. So if somebody in their mind didn't see you the same, that's fine. And they've moved on for whatever reason. Maybe they just thought it wasn't healthy, that kind of relationship. Or maybe because where your headspace was, it was incompatible. So people do that though, I don't know. I knew someone, it's basically her dad died, and she went through a bit of a dark period, so her boyfriend got fed up with her. I think he just broke up with her. And then she would be sort of still wanting to phone him up, but for him he just was able to just move on and find someone else. But for her, I think what they wanted was different. So for him, he was dating and he wasn't looking for anything serious. But for her, maybe she had got herself together, so she got a career and she was doing different stuff. And I mean, she's got money as well. It's not like she's not doing well for herself. But she had to go through her experience of darkness, so you know, she couldn't stop loving her dad, and so she could grieve him, but a part of her is always going to be connected to him. It's not going to go away. You know, you have to accept it's sad what you lost, and also what you loved as well. You sort of, I think you find the balance is this person lives on inside you, that love connection anyway. And so you just need to take things healthy forward. So I don't know if that's really useful. I mean, there is no answer to, I mean, you can't, I mean, I read this stuff about trying to get people back and all these other things. It doesn't really work like that. I think what you need to do is there's a time and a place for everything, and depending on how it's gone so far is what you do there, and you need to be a different person, I think. You need to be in like a different timeline, a different parallel of yourself. So when you are a different person, you can approach it and see them as a different person, and then there's either, based on that mixture, like you did get along or whatever, you can at least gauge the situation. However, it might not. I mean, you know, based on what you've done and what's happened and everything else, maybe what they've experienced is very difficult. Sometimes when you open old wounds, you become labelled as the person who'd done everything nasty, and that might be not true, you know. I don't know, or you might have things or views that are just completely alien to that person. These things happen though. So anyway, yeah, so I've gone all over the place with that one, but basically acceptance is what I'm saying. So if you accept the situation, but also if you feel a particular way, accept that. So if you love someone or care about them, you know, because they're family, they're friends, there may be a partner and it just broke up in a weird way for whatever happened, you know, you'll have that connection at some level inside you, spiritually, for the rest of your existence. And it's not a bad thing. Cherish the good part of it, and try not to cherish anything that's negative. This is Pigsy signing off, and have a great night. Okay.